everyone. Today I want to talk about Palladio's work and architecture and his influences. So Palladio is an architect who comes from Italy during the Renaissance. His architectural style is not similar with another architect in that period. He was influenced by Roman classic architecture and the thoughts of Vitruvius. But why is his style so unique and affected architecture over hundreds of years? Because he is good at to use symmetry and proportion to create a beauty, and it's just like the uh, aesthetic harmony in the thoughts of the Vitruvius. And he is also the professor in Roman classic architecture, but he still said one does not always have to observe the same rules and symmetries because the nature of the site often require a different kind of measurement, and the necessity compels us to add or subtract to what we had indeed. So this sentence is really suitable to represent his style, which means he combined Roman classic architecture and his personal thoughts into his architecture. And next we look for the his famous villa in Italy, which is La Rotonda. And this villa is the best example for anointed the architectural style of Palladio. So firstly, this villa is built on the high ground, like this picture, and for this diagram, you can see the geometric pattern in this diagram. It's the square plane and a dome in the middle of the villa, and four totally similar facade. And the second diagram, you can see the symmetry for this villa. And the third diagram is about the proportion to for the elevation. And the fourth diagram, you can see the specific proportion of two different rooms, which is 2 to 1. And use this diagram, we can see whatever you're looking for, the vertical or lateral, even slanted. It is the symmetrical building. And for this diagram, we can see so many Roman classic elements in the elevation. We can see the Roman politic. You can see Roman porticos and the facade with 6 iconic columns and the dome. So Palladio added that elements because he created such a perfect plan. It's like the perfect square and the proportion. So hey, it's like the reason of the Pantheon, because he had the perfect original place, so I added some classic elements in this villa. And for this overlay diagram, we can see the geometric pattern of Palladio's villas in his other villa. So we can see this diagram is like his. So this frame is like his central cells, and it includes his mathematical proportions and his personal styles in this framing. That's why he used it in all the villas of this diagram. And then I want to talk about the landscapes, the roles of the landscapes, because this villa is built on a hill, and Palladios want to all the rooms can have sun. So he rotate 45 degrees for all the rooms to face to sun. And then the other rules of the landscape is use it to make these villas more perfectly, because in the plans it is like a perfect symmetry and proportion, but in the reality it is have some it is actually has certain dimensions of symmetry and proportion. It's designed to allow each facade to complement the surrounding landscape. In this way, the symmetry of the architecture allows for the asymmetry of the landscape and creates a symmetrical whole. And then, through the Palladio thought to be notorious, Neo-Palladian started reviewed this type of architecture in 18th centuries. And the example is Chiswick House. And this villa is the leader of Anglo-Palladian in England, but it still has some difference of La Rotonda. So at first, Neo-Palladian is simply not really focused the proportion, and in the books of the Anderson, he said is they are not allowed with the class. In the books of the Anderson, he said their proportion is unclassic, and because when we compare that two villas, we can see the difference. This is the Chiswick House plan. We can see if you look for vertically, it is the symmetric building, but if you look for laterally, you will find it's not the symmetric building. It proves the new architect changed ideas about the framing from Palladio, which means the rigorous biaxiality of Palladio's Villa Rotonda is diminished or destroyed in the English examples, but this movement still have the advantage, which is largely absorbed of practical demands. Moreover, because of the this villa was trying to imitate the La Rotonda, so it is expressed divergent. They are concentrate an issue from a small part, not the whole villa. That's why they did not possess the elevated sides. So this means uh, like the palladio choose the like Palladio built the La Rotunda. He used the landscape to make villa more perfectly, but uh, new Palladian architects they just put this villa to a beautiful landscape into a beautiful landscape. So it's the different ideas. It's like uh, the new architect they I think they still have the ideas, but this idea is just imitated to the Palladio thoughts and the style. It's not their personal ideas. And after 100 years, new Palladian become more ridiculous and live into the chaos. Palladian is already becomes the false formalism. It's only become imitated the appearance of Palladian and a symbol of power. There are no idea anymore. That's it. Peace.